Well, it kind of brings up the thought about, like, boundaries. Like, are creating healthy boundaries, like when the person wanted to give the description of okay now but not next time, like, is that a low vibration or a high vibration? And
it's different. In that situation, she only needs to know her boundary. She doesn't need to tell everybody else her boundary. Her boundary is either yes or no. Can you help me? Yes or no. And if the answer is yes, there's no need to create this. They're showing me a big picket fence, and you don't have to walk around with your picket fence. You know? You don't have to carry it with you everywhere and, like, put it down in front of you all the time. But you know you have it. And so when there's an opportunity to say no, you just say no. It's the staying with yourself, staying in the moment and saying, oh, yeah, this doesn't work for me, and being honest.
Yeah, sometimes it takes a moment to know if you're really not throwing yourself under the bus.
Oh, yeah.
Just because someone else wants it, so you say yes.
Oh, yeah, because we are really well trained.
So sometimes I just think, let me think about it.
Absolutely. Absolutely, and then be honest with yourself. But we, especially women our age, those of us who are so trained to put everybody else first and to deny our own feelings. And so here we are in this moment of like, wow, I'm super uncomfortable because I actually feel like I don't want to do that. Then the story comes in. The story comes in and we can override it and it becomes a big deal.
Then you get angry and all you have to say is no.
I remember learning that, like, I'm allowed to say no before I get furious.
So you mentioned that pain is stuck energy, and I do agree with that, but is it always stuck energy?
The body is built to be the vessel for the spirit. The body doesn't have its own personality. It is always in response to the ego, the spirit, the mind. So what you tell your body is what is true for your body. This can be so subtle and so pervasive that the body then builds itself over time to become an expression of the thought patterns and belief systems that you hold. So even in a moment of surgery or accident, there is to some degree, without blame here, I'm saying, there's to some degree what the mind has decided would be the outcome of the experience, what the mind uses to create further self-expression, and then what other emotions are held in the wounded area. It's all together how you're made up. So consistently allowing the body to be in a healing vibration heals the body. The healing vibration comes not only from, for instance, being in a room like this, but being very clear of mind that there is no problem. That said, so let's go the other direction, which is when people hold problems all the time, eventually those problems embed themselves into the physicality, and once there, become difficult to remove by just changing your mind. So I think of liver disease or diabetes, right? Like you've had a lifetime of shit, or a lifetime of fear, or a lifetime of stress, and then you get a physical ailment, And then it's not so easy to just turn that around, especially certainly overnight. I mean, there are miracles, right? But it's not so easy to just say, oh no, I don't believe in this anymore. It's now stuck. So this is complicated. And no one's to blame because we are who we are. And we all have trauma in our lifetimes and wounding in our lifetimes. And we all have doctors telling us what the truth is going to be. They want to be realistic. But what they're being, unfortunately, is detrimental. Is saying that, well, you're going to be pain the rest of your life. It's not okay to say that to somebody. And it's not necessarily true.